Welcome to Miscellaneous Builds. So today I wanted to do a Q&A because I haven't done one and there's just some, I think it would be interesting to do a Q&A. So this is my first Q&A, so we'll see how it goes. I figured if I have a YouTube channel I should have a Q&A on it. So fingers crossed that this works. Hopefully the video doesn't cut out, but the more time I take, the more it's going to likely do that. So anyways, without further ado, let's just jump in. So I've looked at these questions before. I asked on a couple of Discord servers. I've looked at them. Most of them I didn't really think about, and I just now pulled them back up to look at them. So some of them will take a little bit longer to answer, and some will be a quick, simple answer. And I'll do it by person as much as I can, and then go down through that. So the first one, by, and that, okay. MCS 828. So question number 1, where do you get your inspo or inspiration? I either build it, competitions, challenges, targets for dark times, things like that. Things that I just end up wanting to build, parts, and then Pinterest. Going on Pinterest and searching up concept art, buildings concept art, and then creating boards is something that I like to do. I have a buildings board that I haven't built anything off yet, but there's a lot of things in there that I'm interested in building. And I usually go for the graphic design or 3D modeled things with whimsical shapes and things like that I like. And that's artistically, and that means also sometimes it's harder to build, and I haven't even touched some of the buildings just because they're just so oddly shaped and almost impossible to build with my parts. So that's kind of the gist of how I get my inspo. How do you sort your collection? Most of it's sorted by part or color. All of my hinges are sorted into a bucket or into like a tackle box by the type. So hinge plates, hinge bricks, hinge clips, bars, etc., handles, all of that is in one box. Another I have slopes, masonry, decorative bricks, etc., and that's separated by 1x1 cheese slope, 2x2 or 1x2 cheese slope, 1x2 bow slope, and 2x2/1x4 bow slopes, and then other things in there. Then I have one for my snot bricks, one for brackets, thousands of boxes of parts that are from scrap builds or parts of builds that I've been working on. And then this giant, it's a tool sorter, or it's like a screw and nail, like those like hardware stores. I have one of those, and I put in that, I used to put it into plates of the colors that I used a lot, and like 1x1 plates, 1x2 plates in the colors that I used. But now I've been putting in like Star Wars minifigs because I don't have a big collection yet. And then also like I have a bucket full of, like literally full, like 100 some lime green frying pans, or I have a bucket of all my favorite parts, and my computer might die before we finish. Oh, no. So that's kind of how I sort it, and then I have a ginormous Tupperware thing that's like, yeah, bigger than you could see, and it's completely filled of just random rubbish. So very little is sorted comparatively. Rake Ondura. Let me think. I don't think MC sent anything else. I hope not. Rake Ondura. What are the main steps you follow when you make buildable characters like your Pikachu? Which, thank you for pointing out specifically what you mean. I want to make something like it, but I suck at things like mechs. I go straight for the head. If I'm building a character, I start with the head. If I'm building a mech, actually, it depends. A mech, I just start kind of filling with connections, find interesting shapes to make, and then kind of build from there. I'm really not much of a mech builder. I built some little robots, but I leave like the big mechs to like chubby bots, and then I'll build some little robots that I like to build occasionally. Buildable characters, yeah, I just start for the head to create a good scale, and then I build from there. And that's just kind of the gist of my characters. A lot of, for parts, it's slopes, ball joints. I'm really into posability. My Pikachu doesn't have posable feet, which annoys me. But, and then figuring out ways to connect it so the colors are good, like ball joints, so it's not ugly looking, like weird parts where it's just gray pieces. Anyways, so figuring that out as well. And then just tinkering over and over. And finding the right eyes as well is really good. I hope that was helpful. But yeah, so go for the head. Use that as a scale for the rest. And look at concepts or art, the original material, source material, all of that. Salty Supreme, a.k.a. Nathaniel. Name, Ian McCurdy. Age, 17. Address, redacted. Date of birth, redacted. Social security number, redacted. Inheritance. I don't know if I have an inheritance. I might. I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out when we get there. Laughing my butt off. How many parts do you guesstimate you have? Brickset said a while ago around 32,000, but I'd say between 50,000 and 100,000. I don't know. Somewhere in that range. How many minifigs? 300, maybe more. Favorite theme? I really like dots. So dots, Nexo Knights I was really into. Ninjago's just gotten old, but I used to like Ninjago. It's more of the parts for me. And Ninjago's been getting better lately. But I don't really have a set favorite theme. Dots I really dig. All their great parts. Brickheads I really like too. There's just so much good, colorful, small pieces, which I really dig. First set, ADU $10 Interceptor was the first one that my brother gave to me because he got a second, and that's when we started getting into Lego. We had already got a tote from our grandparents. It was like yay big. It was one of those blue ones that was full of stuff. And then the first set I bought was Lego City $10 helicopter. I remember those. Those are my first. Then we got into Ninjago, Spijitzu, etc. And then it escalated from there. Favorite set owned or not owned? Favorite set owned, I do not know. The Ultra Caddy set and the Wu Battle Dragon are really good. Spider-Man Web Warriors Bridge Brawl, that's a good one. Not owned would have to be the Upside Down. Before I even watched Stranger Things, I really liked that set just because how unique it is. But after watching the show, it's like, it would be cool to have. Especially the Dustin minifigure. I really like that figure, how well they did recreating him. Like, it looks exactly like him. Favorite creation? The galley I just built. Okay, so the galley I just built, I really dig. Let me make sure this is charging. Yep, we got it. So yeah, the galley Bionicle I just built, I really dig. The Pikachu I dig, and I have a whip that I've been sharing on Discord servers that I really am into. But I have a connection to them all, really, or most of them. There's some that I think are just rubbish. And sorry for the light behind me. But if you mean other creations, the Lego Stitch I really like. Lego Stitch, I actually have my favorite builds on my Flickr. I'll link to that gallery below. And no, it's not self-promo. I mean, number one, you're on my video, and number two, I don't think you'd get anything from you looking at my gallery. So, inspiring builders, you, man, for one. Wish you built more. A lot of the bigger ones, Simon Liu, what's his name? Secret Walrus. I really like the Secret Walrus's Bionicle builds. Tyler Kleitz has always been probably my favorite builder for a long time. Still is. Well, at least one of my favorites. And a lot of the big guys in the Discord servers I am. Mal Garrick, Luca S Projects. First Story Lego, I really like some of his builds. Some of them I'm not as big of a fan of, but so that, yeah. And then it's not the builders as much as the builds they make. But those are some of the builders that come to mind when I think of builders I really enjoy. Bobbert, aka Robert, aka Bob Bricks. When's Raining Snacks Part 3 releasing? I don't know. It's whenever I find the pasta bag of, I think it's St. Lucifer's St. Lucifer, I think is the name of the pasta. Once I find that, that's what we're going for. So, hopefully we'll get part 3. We might not. I know somebody's been like binge watching it, like it feels like every single day. But we'll see. And it looks like that is it. Okay, so thank you for watching. If you have any questions or any questions I didn't answer, comment below, DM me on Discord or Insta, Flickr Mail, but I don't think anyone uses Flickr Mail anymore anyways, except for some people that I've had associated with, but I digress. But yeah, just send me any questions you got. I'll hopefully making a second video, depending on how many questions I get, and we'll go from there. So, thanks for watching, and I will see you later, bros.